Let's get some insights on the news shaping the markets, and for that we welcome in Victoria Bills is with us, Chief Investment Strategist at Banrian Capital Management. We are now underway in the thick of earnings season. What are you thinking about the market and what earnings are telling us thus far?
Hi, thanks so much for having me. Overall, I think that markets are showing very while we're about 40% into the S&P is above its 200-day by 44%. I think also we've been seeing a lot of growthier stocks performing very well in the markets these days. And while the markets are down overall for the past, I'd say for today and then overall, I think that there's a lot of positive news to also be had when it comes to what the Fed is doing, and also with how they're pursuing inflation and interest rates. So I think that all of that kind of feeds into a lot of volatility into the market because we're seeing kind of varying reports. But overall, it's a good day for stock performance overall, and looking into companies that have deep value within them for shelter from all of the market volatility.
Yeah, understood. I mean, you talked about some potential positives. What are they?
I would say overall, we've been seeing very high earnings across the board for companies, and I'm happy to kind of go into a couple of stocks that I'm very excited about or that I've been following very closely. I would say we also, in terms of some of the joblessness claims, they were the lowest they've been since January. So we can see that companies are hiring. Tech sector has also been booming overall. So I'd say that those are a couple of positives that I've been seeing in the markets right now.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about some of the names that you do like. I know Nvidia is on there, right?
Yes. So Nvidia right now, very strong balance sheet. Company focuses on semiconductors, but also chip manufacturing. Balance sheet cash flows are about 15.32 billion relative to their debt, which is about 9 billion. So they have plenty of cash in order to not only give back to shareholders, but also to do reinvestment into new opportunities or doing some particular acquisitions. We're also seeing their operating cash about 2.9 billion, and then free cash flow is about 2.64 billion. And overall, they've been able to return cash back to shareholders in the form of dividends close to about 20 billion. So very positive news for that company overall. And everybody has been talking about AI, generative AI. So if you want to invest in a market leader when it comes to chip manufacturing and hardware, especially when it comes to AI and generative AI, I think Nvidia is a good pick.
Right, understood. And then you turn your attention away from AI over to industrial type names. We think about what's going on with infrastructure and spending. Caterpillar has been on your radar. What are you watching there?
So a lot of the reason why I'm following Caterpillar is actually due to the inflationary environment that we're in. While I still remain very positive about what the Fed is doing, I believe that when it comes to stocks that kind of wear over or are kind of very good in an inflationary environment, that's where I go into industrials. Caterpillar is one of the leading kind of producers of machine hardware that goes into construction infrastructure. They have a 2% dividend yield and have a 12.9x earnings. So the company has been doing very strong. And when it comes to highly inflationary environments such as this, you want companies that have good traction, good market leadership, and who are capable of wearing various storms when it comes to these environments.
Yeah. And last but not least, Diamondback Energy. Most of the folks I speak to still think that energy's path of least resistance is to the upside, maybe to $100. What is your thought on Diamondback today?
So my thoughts overall on Diamondback still remain very positive. Again, when we're talking about the energy sector in the United States, we continue to do a lot of investing into oil, gas, and even with the crisis that is happening right now in Gaza and in Ukraine, oil prices, while they are up, we continue, like oil manufacturing is still doing very good. It's a profitable business. We continue to need oil manufacturing, and Diamondback is one of the leaders in that regard. So I still remain very positive on that as well.
Yeah. Good to chat with you. Victoria Bills, thank you so much at Banrian Capital Management. Thanks for being here with us today.